the cover of that magazine. Well, Dusty Rhodes and Nikita Koloff never agreed about much of anything until the mutual respect that they had for one Magnum TA. Magnum TA, a former wrestler who was in a career-ending auto accident back in 1986. It brought them together. When I say them, I mean this man, Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, and the Russian Nightmare, Nikita Koloff. They formed the Superpowers tag team. But then what we saw last week with Nikita attacking Dusty and turning things over and giving Russo this much power was sickening.
The crowd loves this man, Mike.
The former NWA World Heavyweight Champion. The Dream's in the ring. He's got a chain and the microphone.
Let me lay this on you real quick. It looks like tonight that Vince Russo kind of got everything going his way. But let me tell you something that he didn't account for. He didn't account for that NWA blood running through the veins of Jeff Jarrett, our NWA champion. He walked away with a little gold tonight, but he won't take that silver-studded saddle that Jeff Jarrett wears around his waist, I guarantee you that. You know, I came out here last week and we talked a little bit about tradition. We talked about drawing a line in the sand. We talked about moving over and staying with tradition or living with sex, if you will. In public, if you will. And then there was someone from my past that decided to come out and drag his laundry into the street. Bring his laundry out and drag it into the street. So without further ado, I need to have some type of conversation, if you will. I need to have some type of retribution, if you will. I need to have one half of the Superpowers, one half of Jim Crockett's Memorial Cup champion. I need to have Nikita Koloff out here right now.
He's calling out the Russian Nightmare.
Well, he needs to. Of course, I don't see anything happening. He called him out.
That's time for a conversation.
Get on out here in public, because if I'm going to take an ass kicking, I want to see the man face to face.
And remember, it was Nikita Koloff's attack on Dusty Rhodes that put us in this position tonight.
Under the guise of Mr. Wrestling 4, if you will.
Don't even spoil the name of Mr. Wrestling 4.
Wait a minute, here he is. Here he is. Coming in right behind us.
Nikita Koloff coming right down here to the ringside area.
Not coming from the direction everybody was thinking, but Nikita Koloff is coming right in here.
And Nikita Koloff just breaks right through the steel ring post.
Yeah, whoa, big man. Hey, why don't you jump up on that little podium there like Mr. Russo did last week, so I can see you and everybody else here can take a good look at you while I tell you what I got to say.
Telling Nikita Koloff to get right up here on our broadcast table.
Right.
So he can look him eye to eye.
First of all, I got to give you back something. You forgot that last week when you left out of here. Let me lay this on you. I don't know what you're thinking about. I don't know what's going on, and I'm not running through your mind right now. But I remember way back when you was the baddest man in town, when you didn't take orders from nobody except maybe your own self, especially not from some pimp like Vince Russo. You come out here last week and more or less hoard yourself. You hoard yourself to the almighty dollar. But I think there's more in you than that. I think there's another reason. A few years ago, my best friend went down in an automobile accident. Your worst enemy, the man that you went the best of 7 with, the man that you sweat with, bled with, and beat each other up. I'm talking about Magnum TA. And when I was home thinking about him in the hospital, not being able to move, and the doctor saying, it's 1,000,000 to 1 chance that you'll ever walk again. You know what? He walked out of the hospital, didn't he? He walked out of the hospital. You know why? You know? I'll tell you why you know. Because 2 days after that, when you didn't talk no English, when you were still in your Russian accent, I came to you and I said, Nick, why don't you walk out with me in Charlotte, North Carolina before 12,000 people and take his place? And from that day on, you stood for tradition. That line in the sand that I drew, you crossed over. And then last week, you decided to erase all that. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you another chance. I'll let last week be bygones. I've been hit before. I let that go on. What I want from you is for you to bring yourself in this ring and stand beside me one more time as the superpowers, and we will forget all this nonsense that's been going on. We'll forget what you did. A matter of fact, Mike, you got that picture there in that magazine. Show that and let him remember who he is.
You remember this, Nikita? You remember these days?
I'm not going to ask you again. Right now, you make the choice. You make the choice. Come in here and stand next to Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream. Stand next to the NWA. Stand next to Jeff Jarrett. Stand next to TNA. Stand next to tradition. It ain't hard. Come on down. You want him down fast? Let's hear it. Huh? You want him to cross over that line? Yes.
Open invitation extended by the American Dream to the Russian Nightmare. You can see Koloff in serious deep thought.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, give me a break.
We ain't crossing any lines, Nikita.
You stay out of this.
No, I'll get right in the middle of this.
Well, if you want to get in the middle of it, get on the middle of it with me. Just me and you.
Nikita, I know you're Russian and maybe you don't understand that well. But I stand at the crossroads right now of professional wrestling. We are not the NWO. We are not thugs. We are here to save the business.
You are tradition. You are what the NWA is all about.
Tradition my ass, Dusty. Tradition my ass. Nikita, you can take a step back into 1960, or you can take a step into that dressing room, a step to the future, make a change in this business. I advise that you make a decision, and I advise that you make it quick.
Koloff going into the ring.
You've got to be kidding me!
Up on the apron.
You've got to be kidding me!
He's making a statement.
He's going to join the Dream.
He made a statement.
Are we going to see the reuniting of the Super Pack?
Whoa!
Cheap shot again!
What just happened?
Cheap shot again!
The Russian Nightmare
You know
wins.
what? There must be some
Dusty,
incredibly
blow
bad
me.
blood somewhere in the past between Nikita Koloff and Dusty Rhodes.
He just joined Russo Mike. Is that what you're telling me?
He's not leaving with Russo.
Walking out the way he came.
Is he with Russo or is he his own man?
Mike, he is walking in the other direction of Vince's locker room.
I don't know. To me, the jury's still out.
But what was that? Mike today, Mike just took his headset off. Where is he going? Mike today is just, see, folks, I don't know what's going on. I think he's just had enough. Mike today has just walked out of here. Please bear with me. Jerry, I don't have any idea.